Is there any difference between, for example, in the legal status between people who come, for example, from Bolivia?
Mm-hmm.
They come to the United States as tourists
Mm-hmm.
with the visa, and then they decided to stay here and they don't go back to Bolivia. That is one situation. But there is another situation from people from Mexico, El Salvador. They cross the border without checking anything.
Yeah.
Is there any difference in the legal status of these two people?
Once they remain here illegally, because those people who came in with a visa, they were given an entry in a time period for which they can stay here legally. But beyond that, they are the same. Whether you came in legally or illegally, if you stay beyond the authorized period, you are illegal. So you are subject to deportation. The only difference there might be, people who came in legally could have some advantages. For instance, somebody who came in illegally to the border and crossed the desert and whatnot, that person could, for instance, find a U.S. citizen fiancé and get married. And unfortunately for that person will not be able to adjust their status here, meaning that they cannot apply for their application here and obtain the green cards here in the United States. They'll be forced to leave the U.S. and possibly subject to some sanctions and punishment in being able to return to the U.S. with their green card. In the other side, those people who came in with their visa, for instance, most of them, there are some exceptions. There's always an exception, but except a few exceptions, most people who came in with a legal visa, even if they overstay their visa, meaning that they stay beyond the period they were authorized to stay, in case that down the road they meet a U.S. citizen person and marries to that person could possibly adjust in the U.S., meaning that they can obtain the papers here without having to leave and continue with their lives here without any interruption.